case with Diego Sanchez and Josh Fabia and out of the UFC. Uh, for people listening, if you're not aware, but we over the past couple of weeks, past practically a year, we've been keeping track of this relationship, this coach athlete relationship of Josh Fabia and Diego Sanchez, and amidst the breakup that they've had since their 2-year span. Josh Fabia came out recently in an interview where he stated that he felt Diego Sanchez had been taking advantage of him. I know a lot. I think all three of us listened to this interview. What did you guys think of it?
He's a piece of shit.
Yeah, I listened to the interview. He is a piece of shit. He is. He's not a good dude, obviously. You know what I mean? The stuff that he was kind of getting into about Diego, saying this, that, and the third. And if you really want to know what he said, you can go and listen to the interview for yourself. But, I mean, you don't just put out personal information about somebody like that unless you have some type of problem with them. You know what I mean? And if they just stop working together, that's one thing. But you would think they had a personal situation the way he was talking about him on there.
Yeah, bro. Listen, and I think anybody that's listening to this, if you want to listen to it, I advise you to go listen to it because now I feel like we should actually speak on what was said without just glossing over it for people to go listen to. Yeah, I mean, you can't say certain things like, oh, this guy was taking, at the very end of the interview, he starts saying yeah, he was taking PEDs in high school. It's like, bro, what does that have to do with anything?
I mean, surprise, surprise. The cat is finally out the bag, but it's the cat that everybody fucking knew, except for Josh Fabia himself, right? This guy, he comes out and he fucking says, oh, well, Diego threw the fight against Michael Chiesa. The commission came. What, man? This right there, it just goes to show that the guy was nothing but a scam artist, and he flipped the blame on Diego when he was the one fucking up Diego's career. And it's crazy. It's so crazy. He's the one that advocated for Diego. Go get your medical records so this way we could, do a fucking scam job to sue the UFC. He gets fired. Of course, Diego's money starts slowing up. And now all of a sudden, it's all Diego's fault. He's crazy. He's driving around in a Mercedes. And, I got plenty of videos of me and him. And I'm going to release him. Come on, bro. That's so fucked up. That's fucked up. You just proven more of a point to people who did not believe in you or why you're a piece of shit. This whole, I got this 1-inch death punch that I taught Diego. So the commission was like, oh, if you know how to kill somebody, show us what you do. Of course, because you're a fucking liar. So he should have never been able to corner Diego in any fight. He took advantage of Diego Sanchez at a vulnerable time in his life, and he got to his 15 minutes of fame is up. I hope nobody entertains this fucking guy ever again. Stop giving the guy interviews because he's going to chew it up. He's going to try to make it some grand scheme and, oh, it's Diego's fault. Diego told me this. No, man, just go away. Go away, man.
Go away. Nah, man. He's going to be fishing for more interviews. Even during that interview, he told the lady, he was telling Shorty yo, I can come back here and I can give you more. If you give me more time, we can really talk about it without answering any questions. He goes, even when the conversation about the medical records, right? I don't know about you guys, but I was completely lost. Because he starts talking about his wife, asking his wife for the medical records, then saying, yeah, she's like, so why didn't you just go to UFC? Well, his wife was giving us the medical records, but that's why the UFC won't give us the medical records. It's like, dude, what are you talking about? He just talked in circles, trying to even the exposure with the calling the fight with Michael Chiesa. And he's just like, yeah, they didn't. They're like, so did they tell him to throw the fight? They implied it.
Did they tell him to throw the fight? Well, they did the lean that says, that's you're supposed to. Did they tell him to throw the fight? I can't say anything like that. But if you look at the video, okay, all right, next question because you're not going to answer that, Joshua. Yeah. And it's a fucking ridiculous interview. You know what I mean? You're sitting there listening to it, and I'm just like, to a certain degree, I feel sorry for Diego. I'll say that first and foremost. Legend of the sport, blah, blah, blah. To another degree, it's like, damn, you like fell for this dude shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's unfortunate, but it's like, damn, like, you know what I mean? Like, this guy's really full of shit. And I think it's very obvious. But I mean, you know, vulnerable times in lives and this, that, and the third. I understand shit happens. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate. It is.
So how do you feel about the hardening? The muscle hardening.
So at one point in time, listeners in the interview, so pretty much what happened was they asked him a question as the muscle hardening technique, or as we had mentioned before in the prior video, the upside down punches that Diego received
to the head,
and the kicks and the knees. And essentially what his answer to this is that, oh, well, yeah, that's just body hardening. They said, well, body hardening is usually for what? The body. He said, yeah, well, whatever. Essentially was his answer. So it's just a lot of bullshit, y'all.
It's like, yeah, you know the muscles, even if you hit someone in the head, he's going to get hit in the head plenty of times in a fight. I'm not hitting him as hard as he would get hit in the fight. It's like, come on, dude. Why are you hitting someone in the head? He's like, to train his body to react to when he gets punched.
So what was the blindfolded running around the ring for? I'm curious.
He makes Oscar De La Hoya look like a superb person. like I just didn't think in my life I would see somebody topple the great Oscar De La Hoya. And he did it. He did it. So he did it. Yeah, he did it. He had a master plan and he made sure he accomplished it. Like, good job to you, man. Good job. Like, wow, man.
Maybe we have to pass the torch to him and make it the Joshua Fabia Award.
There you fucking go. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Hey, you guys, I do want to put this out there. In the events that Joshua Fabia does hear this, and he would love to defend himself, we would love to have you on just to be able to defend yourself or give your point of view of everything, because what the media has shown makes you look crazy, my friend. Granted, we do, and he might not be, but granted, I did go down a little rabbit hole of like the mess that he said, because like Lau said, it deserves to be the Fabio Awards now. Oh, it all makes sense, yo. Fabio Fade. It just
listeners don't know about that.
You can't let them niggas know about that. But like, for real, like, you know, the guy is a culprit. You know, I hope the FBI investigates the corrupt shit that he's done in his career. You know, like the guy, man, wow, correct me. I said career. I don't know if the guy knows what that is, because
wow.
I mean, he came out and said everybody just hates on him because he's been able to come in just a matter of a year or two and do what people dedicate their whole lives to,
right?
And be successful.
You're right. No, you're right. You've made it to illegally scam. I shouldn't even say illegally, because nobody's ever seen it before MMA. You've made a way to scam, get your name out there, and become as a talking topic. Like, it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. Like, the more I want to go on a tangent, but we have to respect other topics and other MMA fighters, because this guy, he's a fucking crook, scumbag, you know, he's fucking sleazy. Like, the guy is not a good fucking guy, you know? And I just think that, you know, the less that people pay attention to him, you know, the better the fucking world might be. And hopefully he'll look back at this and he'll be like, wow, I'm actually a Rudy Poo candy ass. And hopefully he'll change his fucking ways, because the guy is just he's not a good person, bro. He's one of those guys who are like, he'll set you the fuck up for his benefit. He'll do that shit. You guys go out to the restaurant, he'll order the shit and he'll skip town. And then you like, he's that type of guy.
Oh shit. Yo, bro, I forgot my wallet, man. I can cash app you. My phone just died, so I'll cash app you when I get back home.
Yeah, all right.
Never
Yeah, never hear from him again.
It's like, yo, you talked to Josh? Nah, I've been trying to call him for the past week. Man, last time I checked, Josh was like on a party bus somewhere enjoying life, man. It's like, I mean, I will say this though. Despite the body hardening and all of the craziness and styles and techniques he's used, I think it's safe for all of us to say as a community from the community of MMA and combat sports that this is probably one of the better chapters in this story. I can definitely say that.
Yes.
For the sake of Diego just being away from the nonsense, man. Like it's enough. Like it's enough for that. And Dana White even came out and said, look, like Joshua Fabia, like Diego Sanchez, when you need, to call me, you can go ahead and do that and we can get some shit figured out. So at least like he'll do him the respect of that. And I believe Dana White when it comes to that, because he's a guy from the first season of Tough. And it seems like he really does try to take care of those dudes.